What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. You know, we've been letting the Red Dragon reign supreme for the past few days now, but you know, we're going to jump into this technical analysis and talk about why the Green Dragon might have had enough. He might have had enough of this beating from the red side. He's gonna take flight, or she. Maybe it's a she. I'm not one to judge, but looking at this thing. Overall, we're in an uptrend, right? We found a low down here. We've had higher lows, higher highs. We're just continuing to move up. Volume's decent. It's not too bad. When we're moving up, we're getting above average volume. We're not doing anything too spectacular as far as something like this goes, but definitely progress. The week right now does not have the most bullish look to it, but again, the last time we saw a look like this was here, and we were like at the flat kind of base of this area, right? We didn't go to a lower low. We actually continued to go higher after that. We saw a bullish week here, or kind of like the opposite of what this week looks like, right? And then it went down actually. So Bitcoin Cash does like to play with us. The last week that looked identical to this was actually like all the way back here, and it was not lying to us this time. But statistically speaking, I would say that, you know, just because it looks bearish on the weekly doesn't mean that it will be bearish necessarily for Bitcoin Cash. It likes to play with us, man. It really does. This could have been the low, you guys. This absolutely could have been the low. It would make me very excited if it was the low, because, you know, I was talking about this in my video yesterday, talking about how we could be forming a parabolic structure with Bitcoin Cash. And how this forms, an easy way to tell, right, is if you take your low to low here, you don't quite touch your line. You take your next low to low there. If you come down and you don't quite touch your line, right, if you're to keep doing that, right, you just kind of go on forever, low to low. And then on your next run up, you come back down, but you don't quite touch that line, and then you measure. You know, that's how parabolic moves are formed. And this one, being that it's on the daily, you know, it doesn't have to go on forever. It could fulfill itself within a week or two. It might not be a parabolic move. We really could, you know, I was talking about the lines, right? If it went lower than this line, big deal, whatever. But if it touches this line, or it touches this line, then we're not in a parabolic move anymore. We're kind of in a channel, right? At that point, it's not so much parabolic as it is like an overall kind of parallel channel potentially that we're in, right? You can see it's just like that. And that would make sense too. Either way, it's bullish. The parabolic one is just more bullish. It gets a few of us excited, I know, and we could definitely see a move that's like humongous like this by the end of it, right? Something stupendous. Parabolic moves end explosively. Very, very nice. But they also reverse pretty dramatically too. But looking at this here, I really do think that this kind of comes at an area that would make sense to find a low at. Let's see. From low to top here, you went just below your 0.5, man. Bitcoin Cash loves to do that. It loves to do that, find a low, and then go up from there. You know, perfect example is this low right here. You take it from your relative low to your high. You went just below your 0.5. And then that was it. That was the low. And we've started this uptrend since. From this low to this high here, you went just below your 0.5. It's literally like the same exact thing, just on a smaller scale, right? So it's something common that Bitcoin Cash does. You know what else is a common thing for Bitcoin Cash to do? It's to go down to its 69618 area. So don't hold your breath too much. We could be being held down by this 382 level at 243. It was a previous area of resistance, right? We could be finding resistance at it now. The day is young. It's 18:53 hours left in the day. We still have a whole day after that before the week closes. Let's see how the week closes. Let's see how today closes. But Bitcoin Cash, for those of you who've been around and have said it yourselves, have heard me say it, maybe you've just thought it yourself, but you've never heard it from anybody else. It's leading the markets. I really do think it's actually leading the markets. I think that it's making its moves. It's moving up before Bitcoin and the rest of the coins move up. It's moving down before Bitcoin and the rest of the coins are moving up, or moving down. You know, and it did that last cycle too, in the beginning of the cycle. It doesn't have to do that the whole time, but Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin last cycle was also leading. I wonder if it could be leading right now. I'm supposed to make a video on Litecoin. I need to do that. I forgot. I'm sorry. But Bitcoin Cash, guys, it does look rather promising here. On the daily, you do have a lower low. in your RSI while promoting a higher low in the price. That is hidden bullish divergence. Um, Bouncing off the 52, kind of an area you found resistance before, so finding support on it might be a nice thing, but you could go lower. You could still go lower and still be in good shape. With the 4-hour RSI, I personally would assume you go a little bit lower. This to me is the one that's a little bit more condemning. I would think with this look that you do go at least to your oversold zone, if not into it, right? Something like that before going higher. And a move like that would take us probably around 230, if not a little bit lower than that. Maybe within either like the resistance zone of this range or the support zone, which would be anywhere from about 225 to 232. Yeah, something like that would make sense. So maybe we do that, but I think this does suffice for a low. It wouldn't surprise me if we turned up from here. It also wouldn't surprise me if we went lower. So just kind of keep your heads on a swivel. If you're looking to buy, if it does go back down below this low, you just like don't play the game, man. Don't risk it. I would, it's not financial advice, but I think if you can get it below this low, you're lucky because it might not go back below there, man. But it's also, there is a little bit of resistance and price action down here at about 225, so it wouldn't be too crazy to go that low either. And the 4-hour kind of suggests that as well. Overall, though, on a daily, on a weekly, you guys know where this thing's going. I know where this thing's going. Nobody knows, but we know. Weekly RSI looks good. The price action itself looks good, man. We're going up. We're going to go up. Probably by the end of the year, we will be above $400 to $500, maybe even higher than that. We could be as high as like $800 to $900 by the end of the year, guys. Though I would stay a little bit more conservative, probably around that $500 to $600 area, but at least above 400 is what I would expect. So I don't really have anything else to say. I feel like I did, man. I had something that I wanted to say, but I can't remember it. So that's all I got for you. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. I appreciate all the likes. Thank you guys so much. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Things are getting nuts, guys. I love it. I really love it. Thank you all so much for your faith in me or your interest in me. Very much appreciated. It melts my heart. You guys are awesome. I'm going to leave a link to the Discord if anybody wants to join the Discord. And with that, I leave you. So take care. Bye-bye.